Hello, Zac. This is the Collective of Elijah. In today's transmission, we are here to speak to your audience on their true nature. And that true nature is ecstasy. Ecstasy. Ecstasy is one's true nature and way of being. This is, from our perspective, a way in which your authentic self can express. There are a wide variety. There is an unending amount of ways in which your authentic self can express in any given moment. Ecstasy, that is to say, being childlike, is one of those ways. It must become important for you, the viewer, to value being playful in every moment. Playfulness is a way in which your higher self chooses to be. The higher self is always in this state of playfulness. However, when it is not being chosen to be expressed by you and through you, you simply lose touch with your natural state of being. So we wish for your audience to understand at this time that they must make connections with their higher self in many different ways. We have provided you several different ways through these transmissions. However, in today's transmission, we wish to emphasize or highlight the importance of ecstasy, expressing oneself in ecstatic ways, as one of those ways that you can practice authentic self-expression. Authentic self-expression must become something that you explore expressing in different ways. And so it doesn't only express through sharing things that may be challenging, through following a very unique life purpose or profession. It's also expressed through playfulness, through joyfulness. This is your ecstasy. Life is supposed to be lived in a state of ecstasy. Ecstasy is a state. It's a state that must be remembered. You must choose to remember that it's your state if you want it to become your state as a human. You do not wish to wait until you reconnect with your natural state of ecstasy when you cross over back into the spirit realm. You came here at this time during humanity's awakening or ascension, which involves living in a state of ecstasy while you're here as a human. That's why you came here. You came here to start loving life again, loving your human life again. And so it must become important to you to infuse your human life with your natural state of ecstasy. You've forgotten what it's like to live in ecstasy. You've instead become conditioned by society, the human ego mind, really, on living life in a state of seriousness. That is to say, cut yourself away from your state of ecstasy. And so it must become a practice to restore the connection that you have to your authentic self, which already is in a state of ecstasy. You must choose to practice being in a state of ecstasy if you are going to remember that that's your natural state and has been all along. You must give yourself a chance to remember that that's your natural state by practicing what it means to live life in a state of play. The way that a state of play is expressed through you is entirely unique to you. It's not meant to be the same as anyone else. You may gain inspiration by the different ways in which ecstasy is expressed by your peers, by your friends. However, you actually have a very unique brand of ecstasy that is yours. And so you do not need to seek for another person's particular way of expressing their childlikeness. You simply need to have the courage to express your own. As you express your own and infuse your normal day-to-day moments with playfulness, with joy, with ecstasy, life will become ecstatic. Life will become fun. Life will become joyful. Life will become playful again. And as life becomes playful again, You're going to start to have a will to live life in this way of being. Every moment will become a moment where you can bring this way of being into the physical realm. And this is what you will give to the world. This is what you will give to yourself. And as this becomes your baseline, you will attract towards you more people that wish to share in your state of ecstasy. You will realize that you are high on life. Others will realize this. This will become your mastery, if that's what you choose. Ecstasy is your natural state. The only reason why it hasn't been that way for so long is because you've chosen to forget. I want you to really notice this choice of words. Chosen to forget. You had chose otherwise to value what society had valued when you grew up, so to speak. When you left your childhood years and you left that very familiar sense of play, sense of fun that you were able to bring into any moment. You didn't need anything. All you needed was yourself. You chose in those moments of growing up to instead value the opinions and values of society. You chose instead to let go of your connection to your ecstasy, to your playfulness, to your childlikeness, because that's not what adults do. That's not what grown people do. Grown people are supposed to be serious. Life is supposed to be hard. There needs to be suffering. In humanity's golden age, which we are ascending into rapidly, people are becoming less interested in a life of hardship and suffering. There will be challenges, yes, but the way in which you navigate those challenges will depend upon your level of being, your level of consciousness, your level of emotion, vibration. You get to decide whether or not it's a challenging hardship, whether or not it's suffering or not. You get to decide. Ecstasy can be the way in which you experience human life. You simply need to shift what you value. You need to shift back into valuing, bringing joy into the moment. And if this is what you value, then you will experience the moment in a joyful way. This is what we would wish for your audience to understand, is the importance of ecstasy. It's important to your spirit to be in this state. To be in a state of ecstasy is to be plugged into the energy of Creator. To plug into the energy of Creator is to become a conscious creator here in the human form. And so think of ecstasy as a channel through which you can connect to a source of unending creation. It's not simply only for pleasure and fun, if that wasn't enough, but it's also your channel for creative inspiration, where you get to tap into an unending spring of creative potential. Inspiration that you can tap into at any time through your state of ecstasy, through which you can bring the ideas from spirit into the physical human form and become a true master of conscious creation. It's through your play. This is where inspiration can find you. Not through your seriousness. It's through your childlikeness. It's through your childlike wonder, curiosity. It's through your fun. Are you then given more ideas to play with? This is another expression of effortless creation. Effortless creation is done through play. In a state of play, which is a state of being, the mind then becomes open to creation. It becomes open to inspiration. In a state of seriousness, it's constricted and closed off to that source. You open it back up when you let go. You open it back up when you choose instead to simply be in love with the moment and have fun with the moment. All of a sudden, in a state of fun, in a state of feeling carefree, unattached, you simply become awareness. You simply become floating. You become able to float. You're able to float through life. In this state of floating, you're able to become aware of new direction. This is not coming from you, it's coming through you. It's coming from your creator through a mind that is open to receiving it, to noticing it, and then to playing with it. Creation is meant to be fun and playful. This is our teaching for your audience today on the importance of expressing your authenticity through the restoration of your ecstatic state of being, through your choice to be in ecstasy. It's a choice. Yes, it's been forgotten, but it can be remembered when you choose to practice being it. Practice being playful again. You know what works for you, and if you've forgotten, then get some inspiration of what's worked for others. What makes you feel good? What's the right music that allows you to let loose and feel good in your body? What's the right kind of movie that allows you to reconnect to laughter and humor again? These are things that can stimulate your natural state of being. And once you've found it, you simply need to follow it. Allow the state of being itself to guide you into what enables you to feel more of it. The state itself will give you more. It will give you more of itself. This must become important to you. Fun must become important to you. As it becomes important to you and you learn to bring more fun, more playfulness, more ecstasy into each and every moment, you will gain that much more out of life. And it will come from different directions and in ways that you have never even expected. This is your authentic self. Your authentic self is ecstatic. Tap into your state of ecstasy and you will tap in to your true authentic self. Thank you for this opportunity. We look forward to our next one and we will see you then. This is an interesting way of thinking of authentic self-expression, playfulness, childlikeness, ecstasy. We talk a lot about authentic self-expression on this channel. This is really what this channel is about. Bringing your higher self, your authentic self, back into your human form. The true self that you had learned to repress, to shy away from, to cover up, to avoid. That's who you really are. And I love that Elijah brought forth this teaching on ecstasy today as a way of connecting to your higher self. Choose to make ecstatic living, playfulness, an important part of every single moment, and you'll remember what you truly are. So I love this message from Elijah today. I hope you got value. Subscribe to the channel for more transmissions. They're coming Monday through Friday, and I'll see you on the next video.